Hello and welcome to our quick look of State of Decay Year 1 Survival Edition. I'm Lee Bradley and this is...
This is Dan Webb, hi.
How are you, Dan?
Not too bad, thank you.
Alright, I'm going to say it right up front. I didn't play the original Xbox 360 version.
Me neither.
And did you know it's the fastest selling XBLA game of all time?
I did know that because I was the cameraman in the interview that we filmed. The developer told us.
So we got to play this recently, or we got to go to an event where this was present recently. We interviewed the people and we got a look at the game. This gameplay is what we captured. We're not playing.
No, because we felt that it was... because people want to see the Xbox One version, right, the 1080p goodness, and we thought that throwing us into a world where we hadn't played it, it wasn't fair for you guys out there, which is a shame because this is the first I've actually seen of it, and I was like, oh, this looks good.
It does look good, right? Right, so to recap, if you're in the same position as us and you haven't played it before, it's a zombie game.
It's a survival horror, well, very survival-y, right?
Yeah, it's all about survival, so it's about... picking up resources, building bases, and defending them from the zombie hordes. Also, it's not particularly about fighting.
No.
You have to sneak around. You've only got limited stuff to fight with, so you kind of have to sneak around or get in your car and run over.
And it's more resource management, right? And just making sure that your community has enough goods to survive the night, things like that, and going out, getting new people to assist with you, new cooks like that, but just building the actual survival aspect of survival horror. Because I mean, everybody else has done survival horror when it comes to zombie games, but the survival was very, very selfish, right? It's just you got to survive. Even Left 4 Dead, it's like fuck everyone else. I'm running for that chopper.
Dan's just revealed something about his co-op play style there.
No, but I mean, you know when everyone's down and in the amphitheatre at the end, and the helicopter's there, and everybody's fighting, and there's a tank there, and you're like, you know what, guys? I got the gnome, I'm going. Get my Chivo.
So there you go. So the Xbox One version of this game, the most immediate obvious thing it does is it's made it prettier.
Prettier.
So the Xbox 360 version was known as being a bit rough. People loved the game, but it didn't look that pretty, and there were loads of bugs and stuff. This one is 1080p. It's 30 frames a second, and they've added new animations, they've added new vehicles, they've added new mission types to the core game. They've chucked in the DLC packs, which are Breakdown, which is like a sandbox mode that lets you just kind of survive forever. There's no single player in the main game. There's a story.
Oh, so is it like Dead Rising? You know, the overtime mode.
Yeah, I guess.
Where you run out of resources and you have to be really careful about it.
Yeah, so this one's that mode. So Breakdown's about getting your shit together, and the zombies get more and more dangerous as you go.
Oh, okay, that's cool. I like the idea of that.
And then the other one is Lifeline, which is a different set of characters, a slightly different location, and it's all about the military and how the whole thing started in the first place.
Same world though, right?
Yeah, same world. So this is called, I've forgotten what it's called, but it's 12 kilometres wide, 12 kilometres squared, the map, but only like 6 kilometres is playable because it's all mountainous around the edges.
Look at this.
Look at that.
Game developer pan, that is. Years of practice.
That's pro work right there.
I mean, it's weird because you look at it, right, and you wouldn't say that this, because it was an XBLA game originally, right? It was like 10, 20 quid, if that, right? And you look at it, and I've seen less effort put into full retail games.
Well, this looks nice. It still doesn't look amazing.
But in terms of it being a small digital package...
I see what you mean, yeah, no, absolutely.
The dev team was only small, Undead Labs, compared to people that build environments that have been 12 kilometres squared before, and them being horrific.
Yeah, it's good, it's nice size, there's all kinds of stuff going on. One of the new mission types they'll show us regards someone, a mysterious person, has been dropping packages into the world.
Me?
Yeah, is that you?
Yeah, I've been dropping my package all over the place.
And these things have got loads of cool looting, and this is a game about building resources, so it's good to go and get them. The only trouble being that when they land, they make noise, they attract zombies, so you've got to go and fight them off. And in this game, as you'll see, it's the developer playing this game, but when he gets into fights, the dude gets overrun really quickly.
Yeah.
This is a man that knows the game inside out.
Yeah, you watch his health drop rapidly in a bit, don't you?
Oh, that's the other thing. It's permadeath. So if this character dies right now, what will happen is they die forever, and they'll drop a backpack full of all the stuff that they've amassed. You then come back as another member of the community that you were part of, and if you go to the location that you died, you can pick up the backpack and get all your stuff.
But that character's dead.
But that character's gone forevs.
I like that, but that's a shame.
Yeah, I guess. But then I'm not sure how much it's really about character.
Yeah, it's about community, right?
Well, yeah, but what I mean is that I don't know how well the characters are fleshed out.
And you can't just smash shit off the road either, right?
Yeah, you can't bash through fences.
Or knock cars off the road.
But you can. We haven't mentioned it. The best shit's been going on ever.
Well, we haven't really seen it yet. We're about to see it. If you're talking about what I'm thinking.
Absolutely. He did it right at the start. We didn't mention it. He's going to do it again. This was in the original game, by the way, but I still think it's
we
awesome.
missed it. And I don't know how we missed it, because it's been big on our forums for a long time.
It's a huge
the
game.
news pieces are they're always the most popular up there with you Call of Duties and stuff like that.
Go on. Yay! Look at this. Yeah, but it's interesting.
Here it is.
Oh,
hey! Open the door.
I asked the fellow about this. This wasn't a bloke from Undead Labs, it was someone from Microsoft. Microsoft published it. State of Decay kind of came out of nowhere. There was no buzz for it beforehand, but it was huge. And when it became the fastest selling XBLA game of all time, it sold 250,000 copies in 2 days, right? That was the same week that the UK had its lowest retail sales on record.
Really?
Yeah, so while retail stuff was kind of dying on its arse in the UK, across the world people were lapping this up.
Stego Saver. T-Rex Espresso.
What's this Jurassic Junction, right?
Yeah, and what we got? Bronto. I guess Bronto oil?
Bronto petrol. Petroleum.
Bronto
gasoline.
Bronto saw. Yeah. Oh, well, it's called Bronto, but the other one made sense.
I believe I'm right in saying that this is one of the new vehicles that they've added. They made a big deal out of the fact that they put SUVs in, which are a bit stronger.
I love that they just grab onto it. It's like, they don't let go.
He doesn't do very well there, but if you stop and reverse and then... if you drive and then brake really fast, they go flying off the front.
How big that dude?
And then you can go over them. So I believe what he's doing now is he's on the track of one of the packages that have been dropped.
No, he's not yet.
Is he not? What's he doing, Dan? Dan, what's he doing?
When we get to the church, that's when he loads up that mission.
Oh, is it really? Alright.
Yeah, he's surveying the area, that's the mission.
Alright.
And the advice is to build a few more outposts. But I think he's going back to one of his homes, and he's going to show us one of the main homes that everybody used in the 360 version.
Of the church?
Yes, the church.
Nice.
I do believe that. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, so the church, look, you stopped at the stop sign, obeying the traffic laws and everything. Nice. Kind of
He's a very careful driver,
Yes,
isn't he?
yeah, ridiculously. You don't know, I've just been playing Project Cars this morning. I was all over the place.
When he did the demo for this for the press before, we didn't record it, he was showing off the combat, and he was going to die, and he paused it, and the bloke that was doing the talking in the demo said, well, why are you pausing it? You should carry on. He's like, no, I'm going to die, I'm really embarrassed. So bless him. As a man who does streaming every now and again, I understand the pain of public performance.
Especially yesterday's stream with Star Wars. It's like, oh my god. Yeah, this is the church. This is where you build your community. Think of it like, The Walking Dead, right?
Yeah, it's a good example.
You build like Terminus. Well, actually, this is nothing like Terminus. But you build your little towns, and you get your cooks, you get supplies, you can build towers and things like that, right? And put snipers in them. That's one of the things with this, right? The draw distance is better in the Xbox One version, meaning you can see zombies from much further away.
Yep.
Which means that you can snipe them, and you know what's coming ahead of you.
And
I do believe this is a new character, Lee.
Yeah, so this character is new to the Xbox One version, and she's called Gurabani.
What's her surname?
Dunno. She's called Guravani, and she is a lady. And the cool thing about her is...
She's an Indian lady. She's a bit of a traveller, right?
Apparently so.
Here we go, Kawa.
Yeah,
cool.
So she gets a cool sword, or two.
Yeah.
And probably the best thing is she gets a gun with a silencer on it that doesn't degrade. So the deal with State of Decay is if you fire, all the zombies are going to hear it, they're going to come running. But she's got a silencer, which gives her a little bit of an advantage, and I think you get that from the start.
You do, yes.
She's not the main character, so the people that played the Xbox 360 version will be familiar with the fella who comes back from his fishing trip and the world's gone crazy. But she's available to the Xbox 360, Xbox One version.
So look, you're talking about the combat. This is where he struggles, right?
Yeah, look, straight away they're on him.
And there's only 3 there, right? And then look, the zombie horde's nearing home.
Yeah, they're closing in on him.
So, I mean, they're pretty stupid, but they are zombies.
Yeah, and this dude's got a bit of armour, so he's harder to take down.
Yeah.
This is the silenced gun. Again, you can't just mow them down. They take a few shots.
And it's ammo conservation as well, right? You
Yeah.
can't just start blasting. What have we got here? We got like 10 shots, right? And it's like, it's a good time! I think it's about now, but he's like, you know what, I'm just going to get the fuck out of it. It's a nice car there.
It does seem like your best bet is getting in a car and just mowing them down.
Yeah,
if you're out of the car, you're in trouble.
Or just running.
Yeah, or just running.
I like that idea.
Another cool thing about it is that
So the zombie climb over the wall then.
Oh, yeah. The world's persistent. So when you're not playing, the world carries on doing what it's doing.
Oh, I like that.
And one of the things that people, when the game first came out, people loved it.
It's on the door.
But because there was a story and there was shit that you had to do, you know, to kind of pull you through it, what they really wanted is one where you could just survive and just enjoy the emergent gameplay, because this is what this kind of experience is all about, right?
Yeah.
Which is hence the Breakdown DLC. So you can just kind of go out into the world and amass stuff. There's no time limit, there's none of that.
This game is made for co-op.
Yeah, right? It's, yeah.
You'd love to just, you and a couple of mates just bunker down and especially like Breakdown, right?
Yeah.
Oh, like where you could just...
The thing is, we're kind of describing DayZ.
Well, no.
Wouldn't it be cool though if you come across people in the environment and you don't know whether they're going to be friends or foe?
Yeah.
Which brings us to the next thing, the MMO.
That they talked about, right?
Yeah, so this is supposed to be the next step on the way to making a proper, full-on console MMO with zombies and an open world and all that cool shit. They've been talking about it for years.
Yeah.
We couldn't get them to say anything about it at all when we interviewed the Microsoft fella. But it's coming, and it's something he wants to do. It's going to be a race between that and DayZ, because it's going to take a while for DayZ to turn up on consoles.
Well, it's not even finished yet, is it?
No.
It's still in alpha, right?
And Sony's got their one as well.
H1Z1.
H1Z1. Oh, which I guess isn't Sony anymore. Isn't that Sony Online Entertainment?
Yeah, which is now Daybreak, is it?
Something like that, yeah, Daybreak.
Daybreak
Is Daybreak the thing that's on in the morning?
It is, yeah. So
Smith.
Daybuster? It's Day something.
GMTV.
Daywalker? Daywalker, it makes sense.
It's not
They're not Nightwalker Studios.
It's not Nightwalker.
Daybreak Studios with Eamon Holmes and Lorraine Kelly. And they're heading up development of the next zombie game where basically it's just loads of personalities from daytime TV.
Do you remember that Charlie Brooker zombie one? Where Davina McCall turns into a zombie and eats someone.
Oh, that was the Big Brother house, and
yeah, basically,
the world crumbled while they were in the house, and then
yeah.
they came out.
Yeah.
Can't think of the name, but yeah. So
we've gone off on one.
Yeah.
As soon as we're going off on one, what would you do in an event of a zombie apocalypse, Dan?
I would get an SUV and go investigate the mysterious signal.
Would you flip your door open?
Oh, all the time.
Nice. I think that's a good idea.
You know what? I think I've been through various types of different media, whether it's video games, whether it's books, whether it's films, whether it's TV. I think I'd be pretty good at a zombie apocalypse.
You reckon?
Yeah.
See, I've got a plan, but I think it's a flawed plan.
Okay.
There's a Tesco's food warehouse near my place, and it's a little bit outside of the motorway, and it must have enough canned food to keep you going for ages.
The problem with that is everyone's going to be thinking that.
Yeah, and the workers are going to be there. I mean, people in Tesco's outfits, all zombified, trying to eat my face.
Yeah, well, that's a good thing. But no, I think I'd go somewhere remote.
Right.
I'd a bit like this. I'd create a perimeter, and then I would. I don't know. I guess you hunt, right?
What are you going to hunt? Well, like rabbits.
Well, yeah. The animals aren't stupid enough to get eaten by.
Well, what if there's zombie rabbit? What do you do?
You know, right? But no, I'd grow my own crops.
You wouldn't grow your own crops. We're not capable of doing that then.
No, I am.
I can't even do it in Minecraft. I'd never be able to do it in real world.
Well, there's a bit of a difference in Minecraft. You're not.
It's a lot easier.
But you're not trying to survive.
Yeah.
You know what I want to play on live stream? There's just come to me. I want to play Viva Pinata. Because you create your own little world, and that's how I imagine the zombie apocalypse to be.
Do you know what I'm imagining? The bloke that played this for us watching this video back going, what the fuck are they talking about?
What are they going to be talking about while I'm playing this?
I went to all this effort to drive through this little gap in the fence.
And then we've been talking about Viva Pinata and zombie apocalypses. We're doing McCall, Eamon Holmes, Lorraine Kelly. I bet they would never have guessed that.
No, but they're taking ideas. He's like, oh.
I bet when Undead Labs watch it back, they're like, who the fuck is Lorraine Kelly? She's got a growler.
Alright, so what is happening here is the man is very gingerly driving down the hill because he's identified the location of one of those drops. And you're going to see all the cool shit that he picks up resource-wise. But first...
Definitely easier with a car, right?
Yeah, he's got to clear these out. Look at that. Bosh.
Open his door.
There you go. So the new animations and everything is supposed to make the combat a little bit smoother, the movement a little bit smoother. It's still not old. You can kind of tell that it's a game that they've patched up. But I still think it looks nice.
Yeah, completely agree.
Considering, what it is. But I guess really it's more about the gameplay, right?
Yeah, absolutely, like the scavenging. I like that a lot, and obviously there's different things in there, grenades and stuff like that.
Yeah, grenades, like foody stuff.
Yeah, and the resource management as well, and inventory management. I kind of like those, especially in a survival game, right?
Yeah.
Because every slot counts, what you put in there.
And now he's blasting fools. So he's getting rid of these people, but the trouble is it's going to attract more.
No, because it's sound.
That one isn't.
You know?
This isn't the one that she got before. This is like a burst fire thing.
Okay. Yeah, so she's going to get some. There's 1 out of 3 resources she's got. There's another one. Look! Look at that dude! Get out!
He's coming!
Get out!
Oh, he's had a little moment, but he's still coming!
Get out!
He doesn't really do it in this playthrough, but the game focuses a lot more on stealth than he makes it seem.
Yeah, well, he was saying that for a lot of the time, it's not about combat, it's about avoiding combat. And I think that's spot on, right?
Yeah, avoiding.
Avoiding. Avoiding.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty cool, and it looks great. It's the same kind of fun game that everybody will love, that has loved, and I'm hopefully that I will get a chance to love.
Yeah, see, I felt like an idiot before for never having played it, and now after seeing it in action, I feel like even more of an idiot because it does look really fun.
But that's the good thing, right? That you now got this to look forward to build your little community.
Do you think that it's a worthwhile purchase for people that had the original game and bought all the DLC?
Well, they get a 33% discount.
That's a nice touch, right?
Yeah, I like that.
So if you bought the XBLA version, you can get this version on the cheap. And it's not that expensive anyway. I think it's only about $30 retail. It's like a budget retail.
Yeah, and it strikes me as a game that's got a lot of replayability, and then it's not always going to pan out the same way. People are going to die, zombies are going to just happen in different ways. You're going to go away from the game and do something else, and the persistent world's going to screw you over somewhere.
Yeah, and you kind of get the best of both worlds. You get, if you want to do story, you can do story. If you want to just fanny about, you can do that too. Alright, so thanks for watching. That was State of Decay Year 1 Survival Edition. It's coming to Xbox One on April 28th in America and May 1st in Europe. I've been Lee Bradley. That's been
Dan Webb. Thank you very much.
And we'll see you next time.
Cheers, bye. Oh, bollocks.
What's the theory?